Sheridan. Hinkle. Well, the assistant referee is in danger of getting repetitive strain injury here. And again, that was very close indeed. By McManus, McDonald, Hamill, Lasley, Brown, good uncharted run forward. McDonald went down inside the penalty area off the ball there. Here's Robson. McDonald. Robson. Very nicely done. Hinkle. That's a good ball in with his less favoured foot. Celtic finally break through. But it doesn't count. McDonald thought he'd scored against his former club yet again. But Dougie McDonald's whistle brought an end to the celebrations. Hinkle with the ball in, and McDonald battling, lost his man, and yet again I think he might consider himself to be hard done by that. Well, Paul Quinn has an appreciable height advantage against him. They went down very easily under the challenge from McDonald. Now Sheridan, who is onside, and McDonald in the centre, wants it pulled back. Reynolds in the way, back in from Sheridan again. Fitzpatrick gets it clear. This is Hartley, and it's in! No doubt about that one. Paul Hartley gives Celtic the lead on the stroke of half-time. And just moments after they'd had a goal controversially disallowed, Celtic do find the breakthrough. Good play by Sheridan. The header away, falling for Hartley. Technique, immaculate. Really crisp finish from Hartley. Could not have placed it any better. It's only his third goal for the club. And on an afternoon where Celtic haven't been at their best, they will take an advantage into half-time. Well, Paul Hartley, the hero. 45 minutes in which Scott McDonald had chances, including one that he thought should have been given, was disallowed for a push on Paul Quinn. Hartley, with almost the last kick of the first half, does give Celtic the breakthrough, but it could have been different. And John Sutton's header, which was cleared off the line by Maloney, been judged to have crossed the line. That a really close call. Hugely entertaining. At the break, Celtic 1, Motherwell 0.
It's all kicking off this weekend with West Brom v Chelsea. Celtic's Championship Challenge continues.
Fantastic.
Ajax v PSV heads our Euro fixtures.
Superb strike!
There's a stellar lineup in Singapore.
Good night.
And double trouble on Saturday night with the UFC Heavyweight Championship.
Woo!
And the Haymaker live in London. A smashing lineup this weekend on Setanta Sports.
Father Christmas is spending Christmas in Disneyland Paris. Christmas starts early this year from November the 8th. So join us. And now get one extra day and night free. Plus, kids under 7 stay and play free. Call now on 08448 003 003.
timing of that Paul Hartley goal just before half-time could prove to be absolutely critical. Celtic, none at their best in the opening 45 minutes, but they do have the advantage. I just wonder whether those legs already tired will become a little more leaden in this second half. Will Motherwell be ruining the chances that they didn't take in the opening 45 when they did have possession at one stage, the majority of possession. Wilson escaping a handball shot against him there. Neither team have made a change at half-time as Caldwell launches it long for Sheridan, and out of play for a Motherwell throw. Well, Gary Caldwell showed his versatility in the games against Manchester United, playing in defensive midfield in the first of them. And a good game there, and was excellent on Wednesday night. A solid game this evening. Celtic defending from the front, putting the pressure on Hamill. Sutton, Lasley, Hughes. Malcolm. Manus backpedaling and heading the ball into a neutral area, but Quinn's there first. Clarkson had some wonderful moments in the first half. A little bit heavy from Fitzpatrick. Out of play for a corner. Bright start to the second half for Motherwell. Bob Malcolm amongst those making his way forward. Then he comes from Hamill. Hughes! Well, that really would have been a magnificent goal, and but for the deflection it surely would have been 1-1. Great strike from Stephen Hughes. Could not have hit it any more sweetly. And just flicked off, I think, McManus. Another Motherwell corner. In from Hamill and cleared off the line, but it wouldn't have counted. The referee's whistle had gone. They had one cleared off the line in the first half, John Sutton. At that time, a little push. Hartley was there in any case. Celtic are going to be making a change in a moment. It's Paul Caddis who's going to be coming on. Hinkle. Away by Reynolds, but only as far as Scott Brown. Sheridan. And he turned past Reynolds, who brought him down, and this will be a yellow card for Mark Reynolds. Good play by Sheridan. And Reynolds knew exactly what he was doing there.
Substitution for Celtic.
So Sean Maloney makes way, and Paul Caddis will come on to replace him. Only the 7th senior appearance of his career. Just the 3rd this season for the under-21 international. Free kick delivered high, and McManus's header was high as well. Decent ball in. McManus did well to climb between the two Motherwell players. Couldn't keep his header down. is Caddis. The idea was right, just couldn't quite get it into his stride, Scott McDonald. Porter. Robson. Again, a good advantage play by Dougie McDonald. Hinkle's in space to the right of Scott Brown here. And McDonald! Flag was up against him. There were some marginal calls in the first half as the offside flag came up. I think Scott McDonald thought he was onside again there, but he wasn't. Officials got that one absolutely correct. Hartley. Hughes. Caddis. By Reynolds. Clarkson. Given away to Brown. Incisive ball forward from him. Killian Sheridan. Plenty of options to his right hand side. He tried to play the reverse ball for Brown. It still breaks for Robson. Caldwell. Sort of half finding himself in an advanced position. McDonald trying to turn. Well, it's cleared by Reynolds. On as far as Wilson. Caddis. Good ball in from Caddis. Split the gap between Wilson and Sheridan. He's had a very lively start. Paul Caddis is coming on to replace Maloney. Stratton and Mark McGee. Critical phase of the game this is at the moment. Here's Sheridan. McDonald. Now Hinkle. Sheridan the target, and he got free. And Graham Smith scrambling as well. Well, he just deceived Mark Reynolds by dropping off him and then came forward and attacked the ball. Sheridan unable to hit the header on target. Paul Hartley. Caldwell. Brown. Cleverly took it into his stride, was able to turn. Sheridan survives a heavy first touch. And here's Scott Brown. Well blocked by Reynolds. Ricochets kindly for Motherwell out to Sutton. Now Lasley. Wanted too much time on it. Paul Hartley winning it back and only presented to Malcolm. Forward from Quinn. Caldwell. Scott McDonald. Motherwell just struggling to get their foot on the ball at the moment. So they're beginning to turn the screw. Can Motherwell have a more sustained attacking move now? Lasley, kept in by Clarkson. Injection of pace takes him past Caddis. Still David Clarkson. Celtic lining up to block the shot. He works it adeptly back out for Quinn. Hamill. Fitzpatrick. Back to him from Porter. Still Fitzpatrick goes, but it was guided safely. Back to Mark Brown by Steve McManus. At this stage, the last meeting between these two sides here, that Bob Malcolm was sent off. Well, had already led by then with a goal from Simon Lappin. Held on for a famous victory. Celtic have only dropped points here against Rangers so far this season. Another 5 SPL games before today, all ending in victory. This will be an 8th consecutive SPL win if they can hold on. Being able to hold on relatively comfortably at the moment. Hughes. Hamill. Quinn. Hughes. Sense he was too far ahead of him, but cleverly kept it alive. Ball in for Sutton, headed down, and it's just wide. Well, Chris Porter's claiming he was pulled back inside the penalty area, but that was a great chance for Motherwell to equalise. Ball came after clever play by Hughes. Good ball in for Sutton, and as he was guided down for Chris Porter, he just couldn't wrap enough of his foot around the ball to get it in past Mark Brown. And clearly Caldwell's defending was legitimate. And Caddis caught one in the face there from Clarkson. And it's a red card. David Clarkson sent off for foul play after clashing with Paul Caddis. But what intent was there here? Well, he's not a malicious player, David Clarkson. It just looked like a unfortunate coming together. Maybe a little bit of petulance from Clarkson, who's frustrated as Caddis was trying to hold him off. Mark McGee just having a word with him. Well, it seemed to be the flat of the hand into the face of Paul Caddis. Perhaps he caught a finger in the eye, which certainly would have hurt. Still he's down, receiving treatment. If it had been a finger in the eye, it certainly would have looked a lot worse than it was. There didn't seem to be any real ferocity in it from Clarkson. But Motherwell, the second successive visit here, find themselves down to 10 men. Difference being this year, they're 1-0 down at the time rather than 1-0 up. Malcolm with the free kick. The referee had obviously decided that the initial infringement came from Caddis. Dougie McDonald was quick to come across and brandish the red card for Clarkson. Miscue from Malcolm. Won back by Fitzpatrick. Here's Lasley. Hughes. And that's a corner conceded by Hartley. Hamill's delivery. Away by Caddis. McDonald caught there by Lasley, and now he's going to be booked. Dougie McDonald calling the Motherwell captain over. And clearly the Steelmen think they're being hard done by here. A yellow card for Lasley. And Stephen McManus just being spoken to by the referee, but no yellow card against him. Dialogue between Celtic captain and official. Here's Hartley as play resumes. Celtic a goaler and a manner. Robson. Pentamidi with Sheridan, both missed the ball. But no change of shape for Motherwell with David Clarkson having been sent off. They've gone from 4-3-3 to 4-3-2. Still playing with Porter ostensibly on the left-hand side. Here's Wilson. Caddis. Oh, he's done really well. Just couldn't, having got past Quinn, get there ahead of Bob Malcolm. Brown switches it wide for Hinkle. Sheridan back towards Hinkle, first to attack the loose ball, and McDonald! He took it off the toe of his German international teammate who'd done all the hard work here. Great run by Andy Hinkle. Nice layout back to him from Sheridan. And after a poor first touch, you can understand McDonald perfectly justified to swing his foot at it and try and guide it into the top right-hand corner. Scott McDonald amongst the goal scorers the last time these two sides met, a 4-2 victory for Celtic. David Clarkson, who scored that day, will have less reason to remember this afternoon with fondness. McDonald, Brown, Hinkle, Sheridan's off. Malcolm just stepped forward and got him off. And Motherwell will make a change. And off comes Chris Porter. Unable to extend his fantastic recent goal-scoring run today, and Jamie Murphy comes on to replace him. Murphy, a different kind of striker to the man that he's replaced. Not so much of a target man, more mobile. Better bet to run the channels with Motherwell a man down. Wilson. Header Falcani for Reynolds. Sutton coming to meet it, and his was the last touch. It's a Celtic throw. John Sutton's brother Chris had a fantastic goal-scoring record here at Celtic, 86 goals for the club in 5.5 years. John carved out a niche with St Mirren. Coming back north, scored in his first 3 Motherwell matches, but the goals have just dried up from a little bit since then. And Motherwell are going to make another change as well. And Keith Lasley on a yellow card. Might be something to do with the reason that he comes off and is replaced by the former Celtic man Jim O'Brien. Signed for Motherwell on a 2-year deal from Celtic in the summer. Only made a couple of first-team appearances for the boys. Sheridan, who put in a real shift against Manchester United, he does look tired. Ben Hutchison will be the natural replacement for him, young striker who's waiting on the bench. McDonald, Brown, now Caddis. And pantomime seasons come early to Glasgow. Not the best ball for Mark Wilson. He couldn't adjust his feet quickly enough to retrace his steps. Murphy. Quinn. Now O'Brien. Didn't get too much on it. This is Hughes. Over the top for Jim O'Brien, he was offside. Well, he would love to score the equalising goal on his comeback here. As it was played in, you can see again the decision is incorrect. He clearly run from an onside position. Academic, I guess, because he guided the header wide. Nice turn by Hartley. Managed that well to get away from Fitzpatrick. Couldn't poke it past Bob Malcolm. Here's O'Brien. Industrious Sutton beating Wilson to it. Now Quinn. Hughes. Hamill. Play again by Hughes. O'Brien is making a run deep at the far post. Sutton gets there, but guiding it forward, he couldn't find any of his teammates. Well, you certainly wouldn't sense that Mark McGee's men had a numerical disadvantage here. Since the red card to David Clarkson, have been galvanised and certainly played their better football of the second half since they were down to 10 men. There's the commentator's curse. Brown pulled to the ground by Hughes. Little lecture. He knew that the player of the month was past him, and he was happy just to pull him down. McDonald. Robson. McDonald again. 2-0. Finds the net against his former club yet again. And Scott McDonald, the man who once got the goals that denied Celtic the title when he was a Motherwell player, continues his run of scoring against Motherwell for Celtic.
Score for Celtic, scoring number 7, Scott McDonald.
Brilliantly taken goal by the Australian. It's committed Hughes, fired low past Graham Smith. Yet another Celtic goal for McDonald, and daylight between the two sides now. 5th of the season for McDonald, having scored a crucial goal against Manchester United on Wednesday. He scored another one that could prove to be important. His 36th goal in 15 months here at Celtic Park. Jim O'Brien. What can the 10 men do now? Hughes. Quinn couldn't get it in first time, and Canis then able to put the ball out of play for a throw. Malcolm. Well picked up by Fitzpatrick. Not afraid to have a go from distance, Mark Fitzpatrick, but he was some way wide. But did well just to turn and buy himself a yard of space, but he has only scored 4 senior goals in over 100 games in his career, Fitzpatrick. Some way off target. Inkle. No push by Hamill, but there certainly seemed to be a kick out against Sheridan after it. And Scott McDonald's caught offside, but I just wonder, as Hamill stood back, did he fall over Sheridan, or was there intent there? It certainly didn't look very clever from the Motherwell fullback. That was the initial challenge. Now just keep watching him. Perhaps he did just fall over him as he was walking backwards. In all fairness to Stevie Hamill, no, I don't think there was any intent there. Caldwell happy just to clear his lines. And O'Brien offside. Gordon Strachan's men will be 5 points clear at the top of the table. Still consulting with Gary Pendry and Neil Lennon, who will effectively close this game off from here. Side 2 up and a man up as well. Sheridan. Now Caddis. Malcolm beaten. Paul Caddis striding forward. Hughes coming back. And Hughes' presence was enough to throw the youngster off the scent for a moment. is up again, this time against Barry Robson. He's looking right across the line. He shouldn't have been caught offside there. Brown. Mark Wilson has got 4 ahead of him. Paul Hartley. Celtic happy to make the 10 men just do a little bit of running to try and win the ball back. Hartley takes it on, he's already scored once. Too many options ahead of him, he wanted Robson to make a run into a wider position. Here's Caddis, queuing up in the centre, Sheridan couldn't get there. Malcolm with the header to get it away. And Robson wins the corner. Massimo Donati will be on for Celtic in a moment. Just receiving his final instructions, but they will take the corner first. McManus and Caldwell both waiting. Hartley again with the delivery. Sheridan the closest player to it and blazed over the bar by an off-balance McDonald. Very difficult attempt for him to keep down. He was falling backwards as it came to him here. Unable to score his second and Celtic's third.
Substitution for Celtic.
Well, this will be a straight swap in the midfield as Barry Robson makes way for Massimo Donati. Celtic's second change. Well, it could have been a very different afternoon for Mark McGee. Very interesting to hear his views in the post-match interviews about the red card. The timing of the first goal has proved crucial. Here's Hinkle. Donati. Wilson took it over the line. It's a Motherwell throw. Sutton. Sutton turning away from Hartley. Here's Jim O'Brien. Hughes. Hamill still venturing forward. No foul by Donati, and Celtic able to bring it away with Brown. Sheridan trying to use his upper body strength to get there ahead of Reynolds, and in doing so he's conceded the free kick. Just held him off there. Malcolm. Away from Caddis the first time, not the second time. With Sheridan's intervention, Caddis has got plenty ahead of him now, including Massimo Donati. McDonald makes his way forward. The ball seemed to hit the hand of Reynolds, but I don't think that he knew too much about it. It surely would have been a very harsh penalty shout. No doubt it hit Reynolds' hand, and Motherwell gained an advantage from that, but no intent. Hadn't got his eye on the ball. Here's Caddis! Decent strike from the youngster. It would have been some way to score the first goal of his career. Took it neatly onto his right foot, and the top right-hand corner was inviting, but Paul Caddis just unable to find it. Now Sutton. Hughes. Sutton trying to guide it back for Hughes, who was nutmegged by Donati. And Celtic breaking forward, it's 4 against 3. Here's Sheridan. The ball just ran away from him and the chance had gone. Nice play by Donati, good disguise of the ball for Sheridan. He's done really well to force his way into the side with all these injuries. It's the 4th consecutive start for Cillian Sheridan. No doubt that Gordon Strachan would have used him more sparingly had the situation allowed, but he's been forced to throw him in and keep him in as well. Paul Hartley. Scott Brown. Hinkle makes his way forward. Celtic looking for a third. Brown to Sheridan, trying to wriggle his way past Malcolm. Just about stayed on his feet long enough to divert it back to his goalkeeper. Caddis is in there again. Motherwell looking tired now. Here's Brown. Hartley. McDonald. Certainly been a day in which Motherwell had their chances, particularly at 0-0. In the first half in which they were excellent. Two major points of significance: the timing of Paul Hartley's goal just before half-time, and also the red card shown to David Clarkson. Hand in the face of Paul Caddis as the two wrestling for possession, and sending off as a result. Free kick taken short by Hamill. O'Brien working it in at a decent angle. Donati's clearance was more up than out, but Fitzpatrick can't make anything of it. And then Caldwell, Judge Wood pushed him. Hands on the shoulders from the Scotland international. Motherwell free kick is the verdict, which Bob Malcolm takes. But not to good effect. Hitting with plenty of pace, hoping for a run of from someone like O'Brien in towards the far post. He eluded them all. Hinkle. Donald's layoff finds Scott Brown. Hughes there ahead of Donati. And just a little bit of afters off the ball there between Brown and Murphy. Malcolm in strongly against Sheridan. O'Brien. And Sutton. Caldwell effects the block as he did so many times on Wednesday, bravely throwing himself into the line of fire. Well, Celtic will make their final change, and it's a long-awaited debut for Koki Mizuno. Scott McDonald leaves the field having scored again against his former club, and is replaced by Mizuno, who finally makes his debut, having signed from Jeff United on a 3.5-year deal. The Japanese international gets a first taste of SPL football. O'Brien. Mizuno snapping at his heels. It's not a bad first contribution from him. Here's Donati. Hinkle. Donati miscuing his crossfield ball, which is picked up firstly by Murphy. This is Hughes now. Fitzpatrick offside, and he can't hide his disgust. Hardly. Be an 8th consecutive win in the SPL for Celtic, a 5-point advantage at the top of the table. And yet another clean sheet. Their defensive record has been superb. By and large, just 22 goals now, conceding 31 SPL games. Temporary hiatus to Motherwell's improvement in form. They only picked up 4 points in the first 6 games, 12 from the next 5. They've got 4 wins in 5 games, hurt slightly today. Could prove to be a costly error. Here's Paul Hartley picking up cheap possession. Jim O'Brien seems to have got away with his error. Wilson.
The referee has added 3 additional minutes.
3 extra minutes to be added on. Mizuno. Hughes. flag up for the umpteenth time this afternoon. Wilson. Donati pressurised by Fitzpatrick. Sutton was cutting out the ball to safety, but he did well to turn it wide for Caldwell. Donati. Mizuno. Good strong run by Koki Mizuno. That was pretty close to marking his debut in sensational style. Kept his feet really well. Plenty of power in the shot as he cut across it. And he wasn't too far away from finding that top right-hand corner. Another chance for Motherwell deep in stoppage time to grab a consolation. Here's Fitzpatrick. Oh, he's lost out. Mizuno's a long way from goal. The support is coming. Caddis. Celtic with bodies over on the right flank, but Mizuno couldn't pick them out. Donati. Good result at the end of a good week for Celtic. The draw against the English and European champions and a solid victory against Motherwell, which takes them 5 points clear at the top of the SPL, ahead of Rangers' trip to Kilmarnock tomorrow. Paul Hartley struck in first half stoppage time. Scott McDonald against his former club made it 2-0. John Sutton had a header in the first half, but it was goalless that may have crossed the line. You can certainly understand if it did why the officials couldn't give it. Motherwell frustrated further by a red card to David Clarkson, and their hopes went with that. It's finished here. Celtic 2, Motherwell 0.